Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I hope the week coming up is just as good to you. So this past week, my wife went ahead and got me a bag of what they call fantasy meat. It's a bunch of D&D inspired meat sticks that range from flavors that say dragon and kraken to monk, bard, wizard, what have you. So with that in mind, my cogs started turning, and I wanted to do something that was fantasy inspired as well. So I got to looking, I got to digging, and I found an account on TikTok called Rhubarb and Lavender. I'll tag them in the description, but they have a whole website dedicated to Hobbit and Lord of the Rings style foods. And one of them was a cake of Mordor. It's a black chocolate cake with a white chocolate ganache that's colored red to make it look like lava. So that's going to be the recipe I showed to you today with a couple of alterations just to fit the taste of my house. So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Go ahead, give me a follow, because everybody knows that one doesn't simply walk into Mordor, but one simply can keep watching my videos. So, as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again next time. Alright, ingredients are on the board and it's time to go. Now the first thing you're going to do is take your black cocoa, sift it into a mixing bowl, and once you have that, go ahead and add your hot coffee and whisk it until it's smooth. Once it's all nice and smooth, you're going to go ahead and put in your sour cream, do the same thing, mix it, make sure it's smooth, and then go ahead and let that cool off. While that's all cooling down, take your butter and your sugar, put it in a mixing bowl with a paddle attachment, and go ahead and cream that butter until it's nice, light, and fluffy. Once it's all nice and fluffy, like you're seeing here, go ahead and add your vanilla, your vegetable oil, and 1 egg. Go ahead and mix that fully and scrape down the sides after you get that mixed. After you scrape down the sides, you're going to go ahead and add your next egg and then repeat the process for the last egg. You just want to make sure everything is nice and even. Once that's all mixed up in a separate bowl, go ahead and take your flour, your baking powder, your baking soda, and your salt, and go ahead and combine them all in it. Try and use a bigger bowl than I do in this video. It might make a little bit less of a mess. Once it's all mixed up, take about 1/3 of the flour mix and go ahead and pour that into your batter and mix it until it's just combined. You don't want to overmix it just yet. Once it's just combined, go ahead and add half of your coffee mixture from earlier. Now go ahead and mix it all together until it's fully combined. Now repeat that process with the rest of your coffee mixture and your flour mixture until everything is well combined. It should look something like this. Make sure you're scraping down the sides between each combination. You don't want any leftover butter not mixed in well with this. Once everything is mixed up, go ahead and take your bundt pan, flour it and cocoa it generously to make sure nothing sticks. Preheat your oven at 350 degrees and then fill your bundt pan up. Make sure everything is as flat as possible so when you take it out you don't necessarily have to do any cutting, but if you do it's not a problem. Bake it for about 15 minutes or until when you put a toothpick in, it comes out clean. Once it's all baked, you're going to go ahead and let it rest in that pan for about 5 to 10 minutes and then pull it out and let it cool fully before you put the ganache on. Hopefully it comes out as clean as mine did, but if not, don't worry, you're going to eat it anyway. So your ganache is going to be super simple. The first thing you're going to do is put your chocolate chips or your white chocolate that you chopped up into a separate bowl. Next, you're going to take the rest of those ingredients, that being your cream, your coloring, and your corn syrup, put them in a medium saucepan or a small pot, and go ahead and heat that up until it just begins to boil. Once it begins to boil, immediately take it off the heat and go ahead and pour it over your white chocolate chips like you see here. Don't mix everything just yet. Let the liquid sit on top of your chocolate chips for about 5 minutes. And when you come back, everything should be easy to kind of mix up and mix around. Once everything is mixed up, you're going to let that sit until it cools fully. But at this point, it's ready to go, so you can put it in the refrigerator to make it thicken quicker, or you can let it reach room temp. It's whatever you prefer. Now the fun part. The final part is just pouring it over into those creases and making sure everything looks nice and even. And with that, everything is done. You should have Mount Doom tasting delicious for your next meal or your next D&D get-together. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate your time, and I will see you again next time.